Welcome back, toy fans, to episode 2 of Book Be My Guide, and today's book is The Toy Collector's Wish Book, Volume 2. Welcome back, everyone. Now, like I said in the intro, today we are going to take a closer look at The Toy Collector's Wish Book, Volume 2. Now, if you watched episode 1, you'll know that this is a new mini-series on the channel focusing on guidebooks that I like to use for toy lines that I'm already collecting or new toy lines that I'm considering collecting. I love a reference book. We can all use the internet, but I think using a book is much more enjoyable. And today we are going to focus on The Toy Collector's Wish Book Volume 2. Now, you all may well be familiar with this book. You may already have it as well. Volume 1 was a fantastic book. Now we've got Volume 2, and hopefully Volume 3 is coming as well. So let's waste no more time and go take a closer look at The Toy Collector's Wish Book Volume 2.
Okay folks, so here we go. So we're going to take a look at The Toy Collector's Wish Book Volume 2. And personally, I love these guidebooks. I think they're absolutely awesome. But let's take a look at the front cover. So the front cover, very much like Volume 1, nice and simple, black background, very clear. It says at the bottom there, Volume 2, and it details the 6 toy lines that are focused on in this book. And I got this book based on 3 out of those 6 toy lines, because 3 of those toy lines I generally don't really collect and I have no interest in collecting, but 3 of those toy lines also I am very much dedicated to collecting. I absolutely love them, and if you know me in the channel, you will know that those 3 lines are Bravestar, Mask and Tron, which is not featured on the cover. But I love these front covers. Like I say, they're nice and simple, nice and clear, but I love the fact that they have that banner across the middle and showing obviously figures based from the toy lines that are featured in this book. I love Bravestar for a start. Look at Marshall Bravestar, nice and big in the centre there. Obviously we've got Matt Tracker from Mask. So we've got Superpowers from Kenner, we've got Star Trek, and we've got Dune. Those 3 I'm not so much interested in, certainly not collecting, but we're definitely going to look at them all in a little bit more detail. But the front cover is awesome. Okay folks, so we're going to start with Tron. Now this is a line I absolutely love and definitely dedicated to collecting. This was produced by Tomy in 1981, and look at that for an introduction page. Not a very big line. Only had 4 vintage figures released. I am missing one of those 4. I'm not going to tell you which because I don't want to be accused of fishing. And I do have the red or orange and yellow light cycles. I'm really pleased to have those in my collection. I also have, there's a laser disc at the bottom here. I've actually got that in my collection as well, thanks to the very, very, very kind gesture of Andy over at the Holo Chronicles. Thank you, Andy. I love that. So that is a vintage Tron laser disc. Absolutely love it. It's wicked and displays so well. But yeah, love this line. And actually on the other page, thanks to our Matt over at Keep On Collecting, I've just acquired an unopened pack of Tron trading cards as well. So again, thank you, Matt. I absolutely love Tron. And as we flip the page, look at that. Such a really, really clear, defined sort of breakdown of all the toys and all the figures. So we've got all 4 figures on this page there, including the accessories that they came with. Now trying to get the discs, or original discs, and the staff, it's pretty much impossible. I have never seen anyone at this point selling original accessories for these figures. In fact, it's almost impossible to get even reproduction ones, which at this point I would settle for. So the 3 figures I've got are bare bones figures. I am missing one, but like I said, I'm not going to tell you which one. And then of course on the other side of the page we've got the iconic light cycles. Absolutely awesome. And again, I'm very, very happy to say I've got both of those in my collection. Now they did re-release these figures. NECA released these figures back in 2002 as a 20th anniversary re-release. They're quite expensive now as well, but you can pick them up on card. But I love this. I absolutely love this toy line, and I love those sort of translucent figures. I think they just look so good and they display so well. Yeah, but honestly, if you're a Tron fan or you like the Tron toy line, again, this guidebook is awesome for reference. And it also details at the bottom the ripcord for the light cycles. Now again, I don't have the ripcord for my light cycles, but they'd only sit in a drawer because I just display them on the shelf, the light cycles anyway. I would never play with them just because I don't want to damage them. So I don't have the ripcords, but even if I did, they would just sit in a drawer. So I'm not concerned about that. But what a fantastic toy line. And yeah, hopefully I will get the last figure that I need very soon. Okay, and as we continue into the book, folks, we now get to Dune, which was a toy line produced by LJN back in 1984. Now, this is a toy line that I have no real interest in, and before everyone takes a sharp intake of breath, I've not actually even seen the movies. I've not seen the original movies, I've not seen the new movies. It's just something that doesn't really interest me. I'm not quite sure why. But I know a big fan of this toy line is our VTR Dave. I know he's very dedicated to collecting it. In fact, I think he's very close to completing it. But It is a great toy line, just it's not really for me. But again, an amazing image as it's introduced into the book. We've got all the figures there. I think it's all the figures anyway, I'm not sure. But we've got trading cards at the bottom. We've got a flask, or a thermos as the Americans call them, and a lunchbox there. But yeah, absolutely awesome image. And then as we continue, once again, a real detailed breakdown of all the figures, all the accessories they would have come with, and images of them on their cards as well. Again, if you just want a book to help you reference what accessories your figures came with, this book is exceptional. It just shows everything that it should be. It even shows the action features of the toys as well. And then down there we've got the Dune monster, or the sandworm, which again looks a little bit questionable. I'm pretty sure David's got that in his collection now, but yeah, looks a little bit strange, that one. But again, just a very, very cool toy line. Even though I'm not sort of into this toy line, I can certainly appreciate it. And yeah, very cool. And then as we flip the page, again, it's got detailed breakdown of the vehicles. So this is the Spice Scout. And then on the other side, we've got some Rough Riders. We've got the Sand Roller, the Sand Crawler, and the Sand Tracker. And then below that, we've actually got some laser guns. So we've got the Sadukar laser, I've no idea. Sadorkar laser, no idea if I'm pronouncing that right. And then we've got the Freeman Tarple gun. Again, no idea if I'm pronouncing that right either. But yeah, it's just a very, very cool toy line if it's what you're into. Like I said, not for me, but I can certainly appreciate why people like it. And yeah, just very, very cool. Okay, and now we come to a very popular toy line, which is Kenner's Superpowers, released in 1984. Again, a toy line that doesn't really appeal to me. I'm not massively into superheroes. It's not a line I collect. But again, I can certainly see the appeal. Super colourful, super vibrant, and it seems like quite a big toy line to me. But yeah, really, really cool. We've got a list of all the commercials down at the bottom, or some of the commercials at least. But look at all those colours. All those figures look absolutely great. The Hall of Justice in the background, which I believe is quite difficult to get. Again, somebody jump in the comments, tell me if I'm saying anything wrong here, because I'm not massively clued up on this line, but yeah, I can certainly appreciate it. And as we continue through the book, there's a double page of the history of the Superpowers toy line now, and we've even got the Action Comics #1 down there in the bottom corner, 1938. If you've got an original copy of that, you are a very, very rich person, or you can be if you sell it, because that goes for stupid money. But yeah, again, just a nice little double page spread of some history info. And then, of course, we carry on onto the figure pages, and look at this for a toy line and for figure pages. Look at how many figures are on there. Again, not quite as big, obviously, as previous toy lines, because we've got more figures to cover now, so the smaller pictures. But again, you can see the card backs, you can see all the accessories. It's still very thorough and very comprehensive, just a little bit smaller now to get more figures onto the pages. But look at how colourful and how great they look. You've got obviously Superman and Batman at the top there. You've got people like Lex Luthor, you've got the Green Lantern, you've got the Flash, the Joker. I know the Joker is quite a popular character as well, but absolutely awesome. And then as we continue, again, we've got vehicles. So we've got Batman's Batmobile there. Again, I know that is a very popular vehicle. A lot of people like to get that in their collection. We've got the Lex Saw, so Lex Luthor's vehicle. We've got the Supermobile there. We've even got things like figure carry cases, 2 different types there, and just absolutely awesome. And again, this book is so comprehensive. It covers so many things, and again, just amazing for reference. And then again, as we flip the page, we've now got the Hall of Justice. It shows you what it's like when it's packed up. Also, when it's all opened up, it shows you all the parts and all accessories that should come with it, and the box in the bottom corner. Again, not a line that I'm interested or collect, but I've got to admit, that is really cool. And look how it opens up and how big it all ends up being. Yeah, that is so cool, man. So again, jump in the comments, tell me, is this difficult to get? I think it is. But yeah, it looks awesome. And as we go further, it does cover Series 2 of the figures as well. Again, I'm not massively familiar with this line, so I don't know much about the figures, but I do know that Clark Kent is quite difficult to get, because that is a mail away, I believe. Oh, it says there, look, mail away box. I know that one is quite difficult to get, but look at some of these figures. I mean, some I've never heard of. I mean, you know, there are figures on here. Red Tornado, I don't know that guy. We've got Firestorm, I don't know that guy. But yeah, again, some really, really cool figures. And wow, yeah, I mean, jump in the comments if you collect this line. Tell me a little bit more about it, because obviously I will read up on it, but you'll probably be able to tell me things I don't already know. And as we continue, it even has a couple of pages on unproduced toys and unproduced playsets, and look at that. So that is the Tower of Darkness, Dark Side or Dark Sea. It's Dark Side's Fortress of Fear, isn't it? But look at that. Now, never produced, but how cool does that look? Imagine having that on your toy shelf, and look at the box as well, man. So cool. Again, we've got a few figures and vehicles that I assume were planned to be made but never actually hit the shelves. But it seems like a huge toy line. Obviously, I can see the pull to it. But yeah, very, very cool. And just in case you're wondering, it also does cover Series 3 of the figures as well. And now we get to a section of the book for a toy line that I am very, very passionate and very interested in. So now we have got Kenner's Mask from 1985, and a toy line that I am extremely dedicated to collecting. Now, you may be thinking that I've not showed anything Mask on the channel for quite a while, and that's true, but that's generally because I'm kind of really happy and really satisfied where I am with my Mask collection at the moment. There are certainly still vehicles and things that I need, but a lot of them I'm not really fussed about because, especially the Split Second series, a lot of the vehicles I just think are a bit naff, and I'm not interested in collecting those. So I'm very, very close to, in my mind, being complete with my Mask collection. And when I say complete, I mean having everything that I want, not necessarily everything in the line. But look at that for an image. So we've got Rhino, we've got Firecracker, we've got Jackhammer, we've got Switchblade and Thunderhawk in the sky there. We've got Boulder Hill in the background, an awesome lunchbox and thermos in the bottom corner. Not one I've got, actually. I've got one, but it's very different to that one. But what a toy line. I'm so excited to get into this one. And as we go in, so as you can see at the top there, there's actually some model kits which were produced in 1982. And as you can see, the vehicles, the top and the bottom, so you've got a big rig truck at the top, you've got obviously a Camaro Z28 at the bottom. So clearly, Mask and Kenner taken inspiration, or should I say straight up copied them really. Those vehicles, definitely Rhino and Thunderhawk, definitely inspiration from those. But yeah, absolutely wicked cool. And as we continue, even before we get to the toys, we've now got a page of unproduced toys. And also, you may or may not know this, but you may have heard of a toy line called Vortec, which Kenner released in 1996. Now, for me, this was certainly a deliberate attempt to try and carry on the Mask line. You've only got to look at the Desert Striker to see where that was inspired from, which, again, keep an eye on the channel because I will be covering this very soon. You've got a G.I. Joe Matt Tracker crossover there, which, again, keep an eye on the channel because that may well be coming soon as well. But then over on this page, we've got some unproduced mini playsets. So if you know Mask as a toy line, you'll know that they had mini playsets, so things like Slingshot Catapult, things like Billboard Blast and the Collector, and we had some more but never actually hit the shelves. So we had Thunderball, Ramp Up, and then detailed images underneath of how the action features worked. But again, so cool to see. And then we get to the toy pages, and look at that. So we've got so much going on these toy pages. Each page just has one toy dedicated to it. So we've got Thunderhawk and Matt Tracker there. It shows you the action features. We've got the box at the bottom, and we've even got a picture of the figure with and without the mask on, and also a small image above it showing the short mask as well. And that is the same for Firecracker and Hondo McLean on this side. Look at the breakdown of all that, and especially Firecracker, because Firecracker comes with a lot of parts and it breaks them all down for you and details them. What an awesome toy line, and what a fantastic breakdown in this book. And as we continue further in, so the smaller vehicles now, we've got two to a page. So we've got Condor and Gator. A lot of people had Condor because it was always a bit of a starting point when collecting masks. It was very cheap, but such a cool figure. And then you've got Gator underneath with Dusty Hayes and Backlash Mask. But of course, the other iconic vehicle in the mask line, because that's the one we saw on the badge, was Rhino. And look at that, man. How cool does that look? It shows you the variation with the rockets, depending on where you got it from. So there's a grey and black rocket. But yeah, absolutely awesome. And as we continue further, sorry folks, I may spend a little bit more time on this toy line just because I'm so passionate about it, but we've got Jackhammer and Piranha on this side. But, of course, one of my favourites in the mask line is Switchblade. So we've got helicopter mode at the top there, fighter jet underneath, and then we've got Miles Mayhem with his short mask in the picture above, and of course the box. But I love Switchblade, absolutely love it. I think it's so iconic with Thunderhawk and obviously Rhino, but certainly one of my favourites in the mask line. And then, of course, we can't look at Mask without looking at the iconic playset. For me, one of the best in the business. I know Toy Guy's side doesn't agree with that, but for me, Boulder Hill was amazing. I understand there were scale issues with some of the vehicles, but it's just awesome for me. So cool. And again, you can see it in gas station mode there, and then, of course, armoured bunker mode at the other side. It shows you all the accessories that it should have come with, and the box, and the figures. Just unbelievably good. And again, it's a toy line I love so much. It really takes me back to my childhood every time I look at it. And again, as we flip the page, you can see now we go into the figure packs. So we used to get twin figure packs. So you can see there, you would get a figure pack with Matt Tracker and Miles Mayhem in, Matt Tracker and Hondo McLean. Absolutely awesome. You could also get Euro figure packs, but then on the other side, it showed you other merch that was actually produced away from Kenner. So other companies started producing a little bit of merch as well. So we've got the Daredevil set there, which is like, I believe, almost like a little mini scale electric set. It wasn't electric, I don't think, but again, like a Hot Wheels set almost, I think. We've got a Viewmaster set with some of the comic books, and we've even got like an electric train set there produced by Tyco. So really, really cool merch. Again, not produced by Kenner, so really cool. And again, as we keep going, you can see we're now into Series 2. Now, I'm not going to go through all the series for the vehicles because there was 4 series. I can't go through them all, but rest assured, this book does have Series 1, 2, 3 and 4 of the mass toy line. So every vehicle that you can think of are broken down in this book. But again, we've got Hurricane, which I absolutely love Hurricane. And then, of course, Slingshot, which again is one of my favourites as well. Quite unconventional. A lot of people don't like Slingshot, but it's one of my favourites. I absolutely love it. But yeah, it details all 4 series of the toys and just so cool. And now we hit a toy line, again, another one that I am very, very invested in collecting and I absolutely love. Rachel takes the mickey out of my Bravestar collection, saying it's a stupid space cowboy toy. I absolutely love it. I think Bravestar is amazing. And look at that image with that sort of sunset background. You've got Fort Kerriam there, that sort of New Texas skyline. I absolutely love it. And all the toys. Not a massive toy line again, so it is sort of, it's completable, definitely. I don't think I'm going to do it, but I'm very, very sort of happy where I am with my Bravestar collection. I absolutely love it, but that image is amazing. And as we go in, so we've got a page here with some, again, it says Beyond Mattel. So again, Bravestar toys that weren't produced by Mattel. We've got some figure masks at the bottom there. We've got other merchandise there. We've got Water Blaster. And then on this side, we've got some unproduced toys. So we've got Dingo Dan there. We've got Judge Joy Bean. And then we've got Long Arm John. Absolutely cool looking figures. And then, of course, at the top there, we've got that mechanical bull called Rampage, which looks very cool as well. But yeah, just so good to see. And then we hit the figure pages, and look at those figures. I can't believe Rachel takes the mickey out of this toy line all the time. Whenever she walks into my toy room, she looks at them and just goes, what a stupid space cowboy toy. I love them. I think they are so cool. But look, we've got Tex Hex and Bravestar there. Again, a breakdown of everything that should come with them. We've also got a detailed images of the quick draw action, the buttons on the back and the quick draw action. Then on this side, you'll remember, not long ago on the channel, I did a video on these laser fire backpacks. So we've got Bravestar and Tex Hex all kitted up there with their backpacks on. I absolutely love Bravestar, but once again, beautifully laid out on the page, all broken down for you so you can see all the accessories they should come with. Again, just a fantastic book. And as we keep going, we've got some of the bad guys now. So we've got, on this side, we've got Sandstorm and Thunderstick. Thunderstick is quite an expensive toy these days, especially if you buy them complete. But of course, we've got Colonel Burrowbot there. We've got Handlebar, we've got Deputy Fuzz and Outlaw Scuzz. Again, it shows you everything they should come with. Some of these are a little bit more expensive than others. It's not the cheapest toy line in the world, but it's certainly not the most expensive. You can pick some of them up for very, very good prices. If you're going to pick up people like Sandstorm, just keep an eye out for his blowpipe or his vapor blaster, because right at the end, that's often snapped off, but sometimes it doesn't look like it's broken, even though it is. So just keep an eye on that if you're going to buy Sandstorm. But what a line. I absolutely love it. And again, as we keep going, we've got 30/30 on this page now. Again, very pricey, especially if you get him complete. But then we've got the Skullwalker, we've got the Stagecoach or the Strato Coach. Again, something I need to add to my collection. Thankfully, I have got the Skullwalker now, thanks to Steve Darby. But yeah, what a toy line. I can't believe why anyone would not enjoy this toy line. Personally, I love it. I love the bigger figures. And yeah, it's just such a shame it was so short-lived. And then as we continue, even though I said earlier, is there a better playset than the Mask Boulder Hill? Of course, you've got Bravestar's Fort Kerriam, which is awesome. I know we've got things like Castle Grayskull, they're all iconic, but Fort Kerriam was amazing. You could get it in different packs, so you could get it in a 3-pack, a 2-pack, or a single building pack. And then on the other side, it shows you how it all closes up. When it was under attack, it used to close up and sort of into defense mode. It was so cool, man. I absolutely love it. And thankfully, I have got the 3 building version all boxed in my collection. I'm very, very proud of that. But yeah, absolutely awesome. Look at how many things should come with it and all the functions. It's so cool. But yeah, definitely a line I'm going to continue to collect. I don't need too much more now. Again, I won't complete the line, but I just want to get to a stage where I'm satisfied that I've gone as far as I want to go with it. But I absolutely love Bravestar. And yeah, hopefully I can pick up a Strato Coach and a few other bits very soon. And then the last toy line featured is Star Trek The Next Generation, produced by Galoob in 1988. Now again, I'll be honest, I'm not a Star Trek fan. It's a line I know nothing about. I can appreciate it as vintage toys, but it is just not a line that interests me. Star Trek as a franchise doesn't interest me, but still very cool. I mean, that's a great image on the front there. We've got Picard and a few of the other characters. I couldn't even tell you a lot of their names. But yeah, is that Data? Am I right there? Is that Data? I don't know. I really don't. But a very, very cool line nonetheless. And as we continue now, I stopped on this page purely because I saw the vintage 1974 Migos Spock figure down there, and of course, whenever I see that figure, all I think about is The Big Bang Theory.
Now, to the matter at hand, you need to play with the transporter toy.
But it's mint in box.
Really funny show. I love The Big Bang Theory, and whenever I see that, all I think about is that scene with Sheldon, so I had to throw that in. But yeah, very cool. Okay, so there we go. So once again, very much the same layout. So we've got the figures all there detailed with what they should have come with, what they would have looked like on their card backs, and then on the other side, we've got some more figures there. We've got the die-cast USS Enterprise, and we've also got the phaser weapon. That's really cool, actually. I didn't know that existed. But like I say, I'm not going to hang around too much on this toy line. I'm sorry if you're a fan of it. I don't know much about it, so I kind of feel a little bit of a fraud talking about it as if I sort of know about the line when I really don't. But once again, because they're vintage toys, I can certainly appreciate them. And then, of course, we've got some more characters there. And then on the other side, we've got some more ships. So we've got the shuttlecraft Galileo. Again, I don't know. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right at all. There's some funny word in there. Ferengi fighter. Again, crazy names. I have no idea if I'm saying them correctly or not. But yeah, I'm sure people will jump in the comments and try and explain to me what they should be called or how it's pronounced. But yeah, very, very cool. And on the last page, we've even got some board games that relate to the toy lines we've seen. So we've got a Dune board game, Tron, a Mask board game there, which I've not seen before, and a Superpowers board game as well. And then on the other side, again, we've got a little advert there for Volume 3. Hopefully, we will get that very soon. So there we go, folks. That is the Toy Collector's Wish Book Volume 2. Now, this is still available to purchase. If you jump online, I will leave a link to the website where you can order this in the description. So make sure you get on there and get a copy of this. Like I say, hopefully Volume 3 will be coming soon. I can't recommend these Toy Collector's Wish Books enough. I really can't. They are absolutely fantastic. And if any of them obviously include lines that you're committed to, without doubt buy them. I mean, a lot of these toy lines we never got an official collector's guidebook for. So things like Thundercats, which I showed the other week, but I don't believe we ever got an official guidebook for toy lines like Mask. We've got unofficial guidebooks, but I don't believe we ever got an official guidebook for Bravestar. Again, you might be able to correct me in the comments, but these toy books are fantastic. They cover various different toy lines and they're so thorough and so comprehensive. I cannot recommend them enough. But before I go, I do need to give a big shout out and thank you to Steve Darby, because Steve Darby actually gifted me this book. Very generous guy. He always looks after me, does Steve. But yeah, absolutely awesome book, Steve. So thank you. And I'm already using this for reference when it comes to Bravestar, Mask and Tron. It's an amazing book. And yeah, so glad to have it in my collection. And like I said, I love a guidebook.
So yeah, hope you enjoyed that, folks. Look out for episode 3 of Book Be My Guide. That will be coming in the not so distant future on the channel, and I hope you're enjoying these episodes so far. But yeah, there we go, folks. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and giving me a shot. I hope you'll consider leaving a like and subscribing. And if one of my existing viewers and existing subscribers, thanks for sticking with me, folks. I really do appreciate it. I don't say that lightly. I really do appreciate everyone's support. Leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. I always try to read everyone's comments and get back to everybody. And as always, keep collecting. I'll see you next time.